The NFL season is back. Well, the preseason is back, and want to go ahead and recap some of the games that we had this week. So time stamps will be in the description down below if you want to go ahead and look at your favorite teams. Also, if you want to get more of an in-depth analysis, you can go to our blog at yfmsports.com and cop some merch. Let's start with the New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young is going to get injured this year if they do not improve that offensive line. I swear, he was running for his life, but he couldn't even move fast enough to not get hit. In 11 plays, he got hit 4 times and sacked once. That's not going to work. Let's go to Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson seems like he's ready to be the backup for Aaron Rodgers. I love that offense. I think the offense is suited for him and Aaron Rodgers, and it looks like Hackett is a genius, man. So that's going to be a really fun team. You can see that the offense has a lot of motion, a lot of play action. They're going to do a lot of plays that the Packers used to run. That's going to be a solid offensive team. And of course, the defense is good, but we didn't really see a lot of the defensive starters. But I'm just happy for Zach Wilson finally getting a real offense, getting something that's catered to him, and having a vet to sit behind. It's unorthodox that he's already, a starter, but now he's sitting again, but he can learn a lot from Aaron, man. So shout out to him. I'm pretty sure also that Aaron Rodgers is calling plays, but you got to watch Hard Knocks to see exactly what the hell is going on. So I might watch Hard Knocks episode 2. If you want to hear more about my thoughts on Hard Knocks, click up here. I think it's over here. Yeah. I think it's over here actually. Yeah, click right here and you can watch our video where we break down why no teams want to be on Hard Knocks. Indianapolis Colts versus the Buffalo Bills. So Anthony Richardson thinks he's Patrick Mahomes out this bitch. I don't know why he's throwing sidearm passes. He's lost. He was in the groove. But I do like Anthony Richardson. Really, his pocket presence is something I did not expect. I did not expect him to, when his foot dropped on that 5th step, on that 5-step drop, that ball was either out or he was looking to get rid of it or make a quick run so he can get a few yards. Yes, sir. Anthony Richardson is going to be good. He doesn't look like Cam Newton to me. I know he's big as a house, and he doesn't remind me of Lamar Jackson. He looks more along the lines of a pocket passer. I don't really have anything to say about the Buffalo Bills besides the fact that I liked Murray, Mims, and Akun. I think that's his name. Buffalo Bills, let me know in the comments below, but he's a defensive tackle or a defensive lineman. That dude was nice, man. He was getting a lot of pressure, so the Buffalo Bills have depth, but they didn't start any of their really starters, so don't have a lot to glean from them. But Anthony Richardson, this might be a tough year, but let the boy play. Let him see what he can do, and we'll see exactly what he really is in 2 or 3 years from now when they rebuild their offensive line, because unfortunately their offensive line looks like it's piss poor. Tennessee Titans, my wife's favorite team, versus the Chicago Bears, one of my best friend's favorite team. So I didn't learn anything about Justin Fields. How am I going to learn about you as a quarterback and see how much you improved when you throw literally like 2 passes, 2 yards out, 2-yard screens, and they both go to the house? Yes. After the first play with DJ Moore, I was like, sit him. Sit him. There's no reason for Justin Fields to be out here anymore. He ain't going to do nothing but get hurt. Obviously, the skill positions have improved so much that Justin Fields looks amazing. And he didn't even have the opportunity or the chance to do any RPO plays yet. Man, the Bears are slept on, and I understand why. Last year, they looked like hell on earth. But this year, they're going to do something. I like Detroit. I also like the Bears, man. So don't sleep on them. The Bear offensive line also looks like it's ready to compete. They look fast. Like when you're doing screen plays and things like that, you got to have agile offensive linemen, which is not easy to find because these dudes are 350. So when you got 350 dudes out there running ahead of the actual playmaker and making plays, moving people, getting pancakes, that's how you know, like, oh yeah, this team's going to be good. Even though this is the preseason, this team is going to be good. So shout out to the Bears. Let's talk about Tennessee Titans. So you got Willis and you got Levis, and neither one of those boys are ready. Willis seems still to be good at the RPO game, but in terms of being a passer, he's still inaccurate. His passes are high, they're low, or not accurate at all. And of course, he can do like screen plays and things of that nature, But this is football. You got to be able to make all the plays at the quarterback position. And Willis doesn't seem like he can do that. So he has to have a certain offense that's catered towards him. Then let's talk about Levis. Levis doesn't look great either. Like, he looks like he's going to be a good play action quarterback. He's more mobile than I thought, but he's mistake prone because they're both young. So if the Tennessee Titans really want to win the Super Bowl this year or go to the Super Bowl, which they can because of their team, it's just Tannehill's show still. These guys might be the future, but they are definitely not the present. So let's go ahead and stop that fucking noise. I know this is the first preseason game, but I don't see them being anywhere near as good as Tannehill. And if it was me, honestly, I'm going to start Willis right now because of the more mobile aspect, and you can do more RPOs, but he's still not an accurate passer, and neither is Levis really. So you can see why you haven't heard a bunch in camp about neither one of these dudes supplanting Tannehill. But all my Tennessee Titan fans, journalists, media out there, leave in the comments below what you think about this quarterback competition. Texans versus the Patriots. So Stroud played the first 2 series of the game, right? He finished his day with completing 2 of his 4 attempts for just 13 yards and an interception. The reason why he threw that interception to me personally is because that offensive line was getting him hit constantly. It was constant pressure. So as a young quarterback, what's one thing that you need? A stable offensive line so you can sit back and let your mind catch up to the speed of the game. And that's something that he doesn't understand yet. Plus, it seemed like the Patriots play almost all of their defensive starters. So they had Mills out there. And if Mills is the backup, like safety or like a nickel cornerback for the Patriots, that's a problem. That means that that team has insane depth. That's the issue. So he's out there throwing against real experience. Like, I'm pretty sure Mills was in the Super Bowl that year. He's playing against experienced players. So yeah, he's going to make mistakes. He's very young. I do not think that they should start CJ Stroud. Start David Mills. I know people are going to be like, yo, why? Hear me out. Y'all don't have an offensive line yet. Y'all got one dude, you know what I'm saying, gas mask. Besides gas mask, the guard got pushed back. I've never really seen guards get pushed back in the preseason like that. Y'all right tackle Howard is not good. That offensive line needs to get rebuilt. And the crazy thing is like, I didn't even see Will Anderson make any plays. I might be mistaken. I watched that whole game. Seemed like he only played a few series as well, I think. But he didn't make any splash plays. I think CJ's going to be fine. I think Will Anderson's going to be fine. But the Patriots defense is always top 10 every year. And you can see what they do to rookie quarterbacks. So please, everybody chill out. CJ plays next week. He's going to be a lot better. Will Anderson plays next week. He should be able to dominate, get some pressures and shit like that. So just relax. But right now, in my opinion, start David Mills. Don't, continue to build this team up. And then, maybe week 9, give it to CJ Stroud. But I don't want him to get injured, and I don't want his confidence to get destroyed because he's getting sacked 100 damn times this year because the offensive line is trash. No. And their wide receiver core is unproven. They don't even have a veteran that he can throw it to be able to have that confidence. Not a good idea, but I already know they're going to start CJ because that's what they do. And it's going to be the Justin Fields shit all over again, where it's like, oh, he's a bust. No, he's not a bust. He just don't have a team. Just doesn't have a team yet. Packers versus the Bengals. All right. So the Bengals didn't play anybody. They didn't really play a lot of their starters, not even a lot of their defensive starters. But I think that the Bengals are fine. Obviously, they're a really good team. I like the Bengals, even though I'm a Browns fan for real. The Packers, though. Good wide receiving core. We saw that last year. Dobbs, Watson. Good running backs. We've been already know that. They have depth. Tight end. This offense is stacked. I don't care who the quarterback is. They're going to be good. But Love looks like he is good. And Love looks like Matt LaFleur is going to finally be able to utilize the entire offensive playbook without pushback from a veteran quarterback that's the 2-time MVP that's pissed because they drafted Love. So it feels like Love is going to be able to really have a good, solid season. I'm predicting about 28 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, look solid, 3,200 yards, rely on that rushing game. be good. A lot of inner rounds, a lot of screen passes, not a whole bunch. Just let him ease his way in. I feel like in the next couple of years, the Packers will be a Super Bowl caliber team because their offense is insanely young. So they have room to grow, lose, win, and then understand how to win. Love's going to be all right. Love is going to be good, y'all. So Packers fans, y'all got one. I think y'all got one. Falcons versus the Dolphins. This game is interesting. I wanted to see Mike White. I wanted to see Mike White as the quarterback because we all know, Dolphins fans know, Tua is injury prone, right? Tua almost retired this year. So we got to really think about who's going to be the backup. And the backup is Mike White. And Mike White looked like shit. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't understand why he continues to throw in triple coverage when he starts to do like play action passes. Just throw it away, bro. Or just run a couple of yards, get down, and just move the chains. I don't get it. Like, Mike White should not be trying to be a gunslinger. He should be more conscious and be more conservative because he has offensive weapons. Of course, we already know, I don't got to keep saying it, but the wide receivers, the starting wide receivers didn't play, right? Whatever. Waddle and Hill. White might start like half this season. He might start the whole season. We don't know. We don't know if Tua gets injured again. It's possible, man. And he might not come back this time. So Mike White is, the Dolphins need to think about upgrade the backup. But I don't know who's out there. I'm not even, off the top of my head, I can't even think about who's out there. So I know Teddy just went to the, Lions and everything out at that nature. But like maybe Dobbs or something, like they can get Dobbs from the Browns. I don't know. But yeah, that's one thing I saw. Ritter, I don't know why Ritter didn't play for the Falcons. What the fuck is what are we doing? I want to see Ritter. I really want to see Ritter because the Falcons are another one of my teams that is a dark horse to make it into the playoffs and win their division. So I want to see Ritter. I want to see that, but maybe next week we'll see. So we'll have more about the Falcons hopefully next week, in the next preseason game. All right. Denver Broncos versus the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. Cardinals fans, I got a quick question. Who's going to be the starting quarterback? Is it Colt? So if it's Colt, okay, cool. I know. But who's it going to be? Let me know in the comments below. Wilson doesn't look great no more. Russell Wilson don't look great. And the offensive line seems like it's a problem. And I don't know if it's because they're not doing like quick plays for Russ, but I feel like a little bit more screens, a little bit more play action might be needed. But this drop back and pass bullshit looks terrible. I know he got, it was better as the game went along. I know he threw a touchdown and everything. People was like, oh, let Russ cook. But when the game started, Russ didn't look like he was cooking. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he had ordered out. So I'm worried. He isn't as mobile as he used to be. We already know that. He looks good. He cut a lot of weight, but he need to get that ball out a little bit faster, man. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it yet. So I want Russ to win. I want Russ to do well, but he's in a hell of a division. They could definitely finish third easily to the Chargers, even though they're the most unproven motherfuckers in the world. But of course, the Chiefs are probably going to be still number one in the division. They might, win 15, 14 games this year. That's going to be hard. And the Raiders, I don't really like the Raiders, but they do have some dudes out there on defense. So I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I just want Russ to cook, but he ain't look good. Okay. Steelers versus the Buccaneers. Okay. Why are they always good? Why are they always the place of excellence? Why they never have losing seasons? Excuse me. Like, I know they haven't been to the Super Bowl and shit like that. Look, that team is so consistent. Mike Tomlin ain't gonna never lose his job. Kenny Pickett is good. Like, come on, man. Like, he's good, man. He's really good. And the Pickett to Pickens connection is going to be a problem. Pickens is a problem. They keep drafting wide receivers. They keep drafting running backs. They keep drafting tight ends. And now they keep drafting quarterbacks. I mean, Mitch Trubisky is extremely washed, but he's a good backup to have in the league. He's not bad at all. But, man, Kenny Pickett look like he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem, man. I would not be surprised if the Steelers make it to the playoffs again. Just won't. So, Baker Mayfield, yeah. He's not losing that starting job to Trask. What the fuck is everybody talking about? I know camp has been going around. Trask has not been throwing interceptions. Trask has been looking good in camp. Yeah, it's the same defense, same personnel every fucking day. Baker is a gunslinger, so Baker's going to take chances. But Baker looked really good. He looked like an experienced quarterback. Trash looked like he's an unexperienced quarterback. Trash will sit back and just that extra second is what causes him holding that ball. That extra second is causing Trash to either get rushed or let rushers come through or the offensive line fails. He doesn't look like he is really decisive yet. So Trash just does need more reps. I do have to say that he needs more live game reps. So hopefully, like they said, he's going to start next week. But Baker Mayfield, I think he's got this job wrapped up unless we see some really shitty more news coming out of camp where he's just throwing more interceptions and things of that nature. Because the Buccaneers cannot afford to keep throwing interceptions because they will be on the clock. And I think that's what they want to do anyway, is to just have a hard reset. But I don't want, Todd Bowles to get fired and Bruce Arians to get all mad. No, that team is good. They got Vita, they have Davis, they got a great defense. I love the Buccaneers team, man. It's hard to do a soft tank is what I'm trying to say. A soft tank is hard. Baker can do this. I think Baker can throw 30 touchdowns, but he also might throw 20 interceptions on some shit. Like for real, like he's a gunslinger. He's going to throw it to Mike Evans and Godwin if he thinks that he can get it to him. And that might not be a bad thing, but Trask, I don't see it. Maybe y'all fans and the people that really cover the Buccaneers see it. I don't see it, man. All right, Washington Commanders versus the Cleveland Browns. That's my team. Don't be a hater. Let's trade Dobbs. Let's cut Mon and let DTR be the backup to Watson. Watson looks good. He looks like he has command of the offense. Thank God. We're going to see during the regular season what's really going to happen because we have a tough schedule. We have a tough road. And, we got Massage Envy out there as the quarterback, and he looked mid as fuck last year during his 6-game stint. So Watson, the offense it's catered to him. He looks like he got his input in it. Kevin Stefanski looks like, yeah, this is what we're doing. I really like the offense. I know they, start out at the end, but that's because the Commanders have one of the best D lines ever. Like for real, like in history. They got everybody's first round draft picks. Even though Young still looks a little iffy, he was getting pressure. The one thing I do have to say about the Browns, though, is that we have a left tackle issue. I know, Browns fans out there, all my Browns journalists and analysts that's out there, we can just be like, okay, yes, our left tackle, he is going up against Myles Garrett in camp. That's why he's getting beat. But Chase Young almost dominated him. Chase Young was dominating. And even though Chase didn't get like a sack or anything, he was causing significant pressure. So, yeah, that's a problem. But the offense motion is good. DTR looks like he can just, every time he gets on the field, it's like the team just like uplifts. Like they become superheroes. Like they just, oh my God, we got a real dude out here. That's what you need. That's what you need. So a couple years, maybe DTR start. But, yeah. Commanders. Man. It's funny when you don't have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, what happens to the offensive coordinator. It's time for the Commanders to, change their name. And time for Magic Johnson to do some fixing. That team is not going to be good this year, I don't think. I think the defense is going to be top 5, and that's the problem. Washington is always going to have a top 5 defense right now because they have too many good players. But Coach Rivera, Bieniemy, like, they need Rio. They need a reset. They're not going to win this division, I don't think. And you could just tell by all the noise that's coming out in camp. Fucking Rivera and Bieniemy screaming at everybody. All the reporters hate him. Not hate him, but they just observe that he's just fucking crazy, fiery dude. I understand that, but that's how he always been. I'm not mad at that. I've been cussed out. Everybody been cussed out. But I will say that I don't like their offense. I don't think that they have a quarterback. I think that the wide receiving core is great. I feel like that will cause them to go 7-10. And then they won't get the opportunity to draft a top end quarterback. So the best thing to do right now is to just not try to win as many games so they can get on the clock. Because if they got on the clock and they got a real good wide receiver, a real good quarterback, that team could be something special. That team could really be something special. All right, so nice long video, but that's my analysis of the games that I watched and looked at, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. Appreciate y'all. If y'all want to hear more about a different topic about the XFL and why a lot of these players that we're seeing in the preseason are probably going to make it to the XFL and have great careers, watch this video right here where you can click on it and see Rita from Rita's Fucked Up Stats explain why this time the XFL will not fail.